Good morning, YouTube live stream. So I wanted to talk about intentions real quick. It's 7 in the morning, and last night I was watching a video with Doughty, a um, relatively successful YouTuber who talks a lot about the law of attraction and setting intentions and guided meditations. And I was reflecting back on this book, The One Thing by Gary Keller. And it was really interesting because Aaron actually brought it up in one of his videos, The One Thing. And it's one of my mentors told me about The One Thing a few years ago, and I got it. And it's one of the first books that really helped get me thinking about my creativity and my productivity. And that's surely been hit or miss over the years. In the last year, I've had the most personal development success. Like my habits are really starting to form. This morning, or an ideal morning, looks like for me to read, to write, to breathe outside, follow along with deep breathing, to meditate, and to exercise. It's like 5 things. And a bonus thing could be to go on YouTube and listen to something inspirational. But I wanted to come on here and ask before I get the week going. It's a Monday morning, it's 7 in the morning. What is your intention for the week? What kind of intentions do you want to cast out into the world? One thing that's been really seeping into my subconscious is these meditations called Dauchy Meditations. And last night he just put out a new one, which I can link below, which talks about thriving versus surviving. And you may have heard that before. It's titled Thrive, the meditation. And it's so funny because, let me find this poem real quick. Gary Keller in this book references this poem, and it's by J.B. Rittenhouse. And this is how it goes. It's about asking the universe for your intention. It's like what you ask and you shall receive. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is just employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why, you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked for life, life would have willingly paid. So how we phrase the questions we ask ourselves determines the answers that eventually become our life. So we have to start asking better questions. And one of the best questions that this book has to offer, The One Thing, is a focusing question. And the focusing question is, what's the one thing you can do such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? And there's some really specificity in that question. It's not what's the 20 things you can do, it's what's the one thing you can do such that by doing that, everything else becomes easier, because you could check off a bunch of things on your to-do list and it actually didn't really set you up for success. It just is a to-do list. And I'm super guilty of loving to feel productive, and some days having really productive things on there and some things that I could have skipped over and just went for the bigger, meatier thing and done that. And today it became apparent in my journaling that daily creative content and building up that habit along with my other habits is the best bang for my buck. Although I don't know quite where it's going, in what format, it's important that I test every single day how to add value. Hi, what's up? It's a YouTube live. It's early. Yeah, I'm in the testing phase, as you can tell right now, with a lot of moving pieces and seeing what sticks, what works, what doesn't work. So one of my main things, my one thing today was to go on here and do this video called What is Your Intention? I got inspired to do this from Doughty. He made this YouTube video not yesterday, I watched it yesterday, and he was talking about how he makes daily videos and he goes to bed and meditates on the title of the video that he's going to shoot the following day. So I said, wow, it's pretty good, because when you go to bed, you can have your subconscious mind sort of level itself out, and it can sleep on whatever your topic is. So you kind of grow and cultivate what you're going to talk about by sleeping on it. And I tried that. So I came in, I just titled the video, "What is your intention?" and was just going to talk about this and bring up the one thing. So I'm really glad to be doing this. This also reminds me of Ed Milet. If you've heard of him, he talks about self-confidence is the promises that you keep to yourself. And in my experience, anytime I don't do if I don't do what I say I'm going to do, like if I write something down that I know is important for me to go and execute on and I don't follow through on it, I have this guilty feeling or this shameful feeling come up, because it's like, hey, you didn't do how can you expect progress if I can't trust you to do something that I tell you to do? So I think it's beautiful to act on inspiration and then simultaneously also follow through when you know something's good for you. Like if you know it's important for you to go to the gym and you're just making excuses, that's different than acting on inspiration and following your intuition. So follow your intuition, but also if you know something's good for you, make sure you follow through with your word. And here we are, flowing, experimenting. For anyone that does watch this, I'm curious how this lands. What stands out for you? A good question that I could repeat again is, what's the one thing you can do this week such that by doing it, everything else in your life becomes easier or unnecessary? And for me, when I was journaling on this topic, it was create daily creative content and videos, and also simultaneously, which I can't really do both at the same time, so I have to pick. Also, get to a place where I can fully record professionally my music and get it out there to you even faster. Right now, I have some gear, and it's pretty good, and we live in the age now, clearly, where content is king. And if I can create better and better content from just my own means, then the world is our oyster. So I hope this is helpful for you. To give you a little update on context, it's March 23rd, 2020. And this Friday, my second song, original song, comes out Friday, March 27th. It's called Coincidence or Fate. And I'm really excited to share that with you. Also on my YouTube channel, if you're interested in some meditation/journaling peaceful music, you can go to my recent videos. I'll link it down in the description below. And it's this peaceful piano, just nature tones that you can listen to and help relax and get you back into your center. All right, well, I hope you set your intentions and ask the questions. Check out this book if you're interested. And with that, this is another reminder to myself to look back on this and see all the progress. Keep on keeping on. All right, have a great day. Go and get it. Focus on your one thing today, one thing at a time.